Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you for being with me again today. Some actions have sometimes unforeseen consequences. And in this case, all these sanctions on Russian oil and gas and whatever fossil fuels they might supply has countries who are also involved in the energy sector have them have a blast because they have big profits. We're not talking about Saudi Arabia only, or even the United States has some possibilities for that because they sell liquefied natural gas to Europe now, and they also tap their oil reserves from Texas, strategic reserves, and send them to Europe to help them. Help them. They don't help them. They take advantage of the crisis because if you help them, you don't ask them for money, do you? But it's another guy who has another country guy who has that has a big profit, and that is Iran. So what are they going to do about Iran? It's going to have a lot of profits here. The economy is going to be growing now. So this article comes from Business Insider from May 30th, 2022 by Harry Robertson. And this is the title. Iran's revenue from oil and gas exports has jumped 60% as Russia's war sends energy prices soaring. As I always say, not the Russians' war, but the sanctions on Russia. Because they didn't have to play sanctions. They play sanctions. That's what triggered this. Not Russia. Russia did not disturb the market by not supplying. It's just the sanctions are disturbing the market by imposing sanctions on Russian supplies. That's what it is. So let's make it right here a little bit. I'm not going to talk about morality here. I'm not about real life. Morality is a different thing. I think you're bad. No, I'm better than you. No, I have a bigger. These things are for kids. Let's go and see what this article wants to say. Iran said it exports revenues from oil and gas have jumped 60% year on year, with Russia's war in Ukraine pushing up prices. Despite the tough sanctions on the country, Iran has generated $2.45 billion from exports in the first 2 months of the year, the ministry said. Russia and Saudi Arabia have also benefited from higher prices, with oil up roughly 50% since the start of the year. So everybody's profiting, including the Russians who are sanctioned, right? So Russia and Saudi Arabia have also benefited from higher prices, with oil up roughly 50% since the start of the year. Great. Iran has seen revenues from energy exports jump 60% year on year into the last 2 months thanks to the sharp rise in market prices. Russian oil ministry official Ali Fauzandeh said the country is seeing and I'm quoting, dramatic increase in revenues from the sales of oil and related energy products, despite the tough sanctions on the country, Shana reported Sunday. Yeah, they make a lot of profit. So America, what are they going to do? Biden, can you place more sanctions? And since the Iranians seized two Greek tankers in the Gulf, what are they going to do about that? Just what can you do? You're going to attack them? No, you're busy with Ukraine right now. And you're busy with the big guy in East Asia called China. So, Foruzandeh told the state news agency the revenues for the first 2 months of the calendar year, which began March 21st, were $2.45 billion. That compares with $1.5 billion in the same period of year earlier. All right, so Brent crude oil, the international benchmark traded at around $116 per barrel Monday, up roughly 50% since the start of the year. 50%. The rise in energy prices have eased some of the financial pain of sanctions slapped on Russia and has helped Moscow generate foreign currency. It has also benefited Iran, despite its own tough Western sanctions that limit the country's ability to sell its oil. Their latest sanctions were put in place by President Donald Trump after the U.S. pulled out of the Iran nuclear deal in 2018. Saudi Arabia has also received a boost with oil export reaching a 6-year high of 30%, 30 billion, 30 billion in March, $30 billion in March alone, according to the country's statistics office. Everybody's making off. Do you make a profit? I don't. Do you? No. So they're making it. We don't. Did we decide on that? No. Did they decide on that? We don't know. Well, we can call this a coincidence, okay? But since rarely people make such a profit by chance, history shows us that this kind of incidents rarely happen. And sometimes after about 10, 15, 14 years, 15, 20 some years, you find out that actually it was a lobby of a certain kind that pushed for this policy, and the policy was implemented, and then there you have it. So yeah, they're making a profit and we're paying for it, right? Because our energy prices went up, we pay more at the pump, electricity, gas, everything. Thank you, thank you. I like how democracy works. I like mass democracy works. I love it. We vote one time, and then those representatives implement and do whatever they want over there, kind of, for 4 years, 6 years, depends on what their term is. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. See ya.